How about now? Can you see my screen?
No, it's good.
Okay. Thank you, Stephen, and thank you, Jay, for inviting me to join this webinar. My topic today is about the global solar PV demand trend in 2024. And my name is Holly Hu, and the principal analyst from the S&P Global Commodity Insight. My presentation will quite simple with the contents on these three parts. The first one is give the 2024's micro trend is the election year for 2024, and this big things will be impact with the global's political change. Also, energy policy will be the key the impact things in 2024, and so brings uncertainty for 2024 actually. But in the clean energy technology side, we still believe this world is have more opportunities coming to 2024. Then the final part, I will give more details on how we look at the global demand in 2024 and what's the key market performance in this year. Yeah, like I mentioned in the first part is the 2024, the election year. So basic on the magazine called the Economics, they mentioned in 2024, nearly half of the population in 2024 will goes to the elections, like India, US, UK, and Mexico. Some big countries will have their elections in 2024. So this global themes will be largely impact with what was going on for the next few years, the policy, especially for the energy policy in the future. So like US, as we know, they already published the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act in 2022. But after the election, is that the policy have some changes or have some uncertainty for their the ITC or PTC policy will be uncertain in this year. And also the India, as we know, India become the #3 global solar market in past few years, but their trading policies also is unpredictable, especially in this year. We know in the early Q1, we are always considering the ALMM policy, is that will be re-effect again, or there still be the challenges for the shipments to Indian market. So 2024 is an uncertainty market right now for all the economics. But we go to the clean energy tech trends. We published the 2024's top 10 clean energy tech in the early this year. And firstly, the summarize of the trend is clean energy technology investment still big growth. I saw the previous speaker already mentioned the speed of the clean energy investment still grows quite significant growth in the past year, and we still think the growth will keep momentum in the future from 2024 to 2030. So we believe the total clean energy technology investment from the assets level still increase from 800 billion in 2024 to 1 trillion for 2030. But the thing is, similar like the solar technologies roadmap, we always underestimate for the growth of renewable investment, because like solar, wind, and other technologies is always have more strength to grow their momentums. And also the cost level decline. I mean, the average capex decline is also the main drivers to make the clean energy become more important in the future. So the average capex decrease another 50 to 20% definitely. And also, if we considering the solar, is the faster growth. Faster decline with the capex, especially since from last year to 2024, with the technology advance increasing the efficiencies, the cost of the energy technology also decreased a lot. In addition, we saw the players in the supply chain have more care about decarbonization and also changing their product strategies into the low carbon products. That's including the supply chain players because like the key market in Europe, they already announced the carbon requirements. So how to define as a low carbon players is more important for the future competitions. And also with the oversupply situation in solar and energy storage, the pricing war is becoming quite competition is quite fierce in 2024. So it's keeping the price, the ASP is much lower. But regarding with the demand have a rebound in 2024, we still think the price will be stabilized in the second half, and with more players, with leading players, they have a more better position in this market. And also, we saw a lot of discussion regarding with the COP28 because that's the first time the national become uniform with one of the conclusion for the renewable capacity targets. So in last year, by the end of last year, the COP28 was held, and the pledge goes to the renewable sector is triple the renewable capacity, at least 11 gigawatts renewable in the 2030s. So that's a map from our power team to estimate how much we can in the global level to add in the renewable capacity in the 2030s. So from the right hand side, we are defined different key countries and regions to their 2030s renewable capacity levels. So basically, China will leading with the renewable capacity adding. So even for China with high speed solar and wind to add into the capacity, we still only have 2.5% of 2.5 times of renewable adding by 2030s. But the global one is around 2 times. 2.1 times, and we are power team also forecast like till 2033 the world can be reached the triple renewable capacities. And also with the Middle East and Africa country, they can be they have accelerate renewable capacity easily because their base is low. So the faster to nearly to triple of renewable capacities from this new emerging markets like Africa and Middle East. But for the key region in the solar world like European and US, they still like 2 times of capacity adding for the renewables. So in this time we see, so after we are considering the timing for reaching the renewable capacity tripled globally, the reason to have the bottleneck to reach this target, we also listed in the right hand side. The first one is they still have some challenge with the timeline and also with the permitting for the renewable coming onto the market. The other thing is for the great construction and to accelerate this renewable become part of the the power generation. And also with the unstable power generation for the renewables, they need more flexible capacity to add in, like energy storage and also the hydrogen pumping hydros, etc. for accelerate this renewable or accomplish with the triple of the renewable capacity getting to the world by 2030s. Okay, then we move detail on the solar market demand outlook. Yeah, as we usually to cover the global solar installation by key countries, regions, and also the key types of solar installation annually per year. And actually, yes, like the previously mentioned, the solar demand is always, we always underestimate the solar demand in the year earlier. And so we look back to the year end, and we always underestimate of that year's solar installations, such as 2023. We know 2021, 2022 was the key market still on the COVID impact, and also with the supply chain issues happening in past 2 years, the solar demand growth is drive certainly to the nearly 70% in 2023 due to the key market like China mainland is dominant the market shares in 2023. And yeah, at beginning we're in 2023 we are forecasting like over 50% of growth in 2023, but the market demand always out than our expectation, a better performance than our expectation. So in 2023 we are forecasting like 450 gigawatts solar adding to the world. And furthermore, in 2024, we are believing at least 20% growth in 2024 this year. And with the installation level over 500, I think it's mostly like a 520 to 30 gigawatts level in 2024. And from the shipment level, module shipment level could be reached 600. So it's still a big growth in the solar market, and for the future, we still think the key market will be dominant the solar installation, but we still see a lot of diversified market demand in the world as well. So regarding with the top 10 market shares in 2023, definitely China owns more than 55% of market shares in the global annual installations, followed by US, India, Brazil, Germany, the key Asian developed countries like Japan and Australia, and also the key countries in the Europe. And in 2024, this Chinese share definitely will be reduced a little bit, but the top 3 countries still US and China, US, and India. Furthermore, we are thinking another type of statistics is the gigawatts level of annual gigawatts level of installation per country's number. Like in 2021, there's only 80 countries have gigawatt installations, but in 2024, we already think this number will be doubled to 36 countries will be the gigawatts level of installations per year. And also from the last year, I think a lot of people will feel that a lot of the new market coming to quite attractive with the solar PV installations, like the Middle East, some Africa countries, and also Central Asia countries. They all quite engage with more solar PV installations from last year to this year. The one reason behind that is we still have a quite attractive the cost level decline, because since second half of 2023, we saw the module ASPs sharply decline, and that will gives more probability to the utility scale market to drive less demand coming back to the higher module price since 2021 to 2022. And another story is we also including a lot of financial costs forecast is being reduced in 2024. So like in US and Europe, the interest rates will be impacted with some demand coming online in the past few years. But 2024, the still have the estimations say the interest rate could be a little bit lower, and that will be also generate more demands coming to those key regions, key markets in 2024. And also with the foreign exchange rate stabilizing Latin America and other and emerging market, that brings solar also quite interesting or quite attractive into the to the demand side. Okay, as we mentioned, China is the biggest solar market since 2030 actually. So we give more snapshot on our own domestic market growth in the past decades. So actually, China starts with the PV policy, especially for the feed-in tariff policy coming online is 2030, and that's the key drivers for the Chinese market become quite the biggest one installations in the world. And from the map, from the chart, we illustrate the number from the NEA, and in the right-hand side is the annually connection numbers by different types, residential, commercial, and utility scale. And the right-hand side is the share of this demand breakdown. So it's obviously here 2023, we already adding the connection solar reached 609 gigawatts AC, and in 2023, 1 year we already added like 216. So it's quite a stronger market in the world, and also the demand side of segmentation is quite gradually changed. The first 5 years we saw the most of our solar build or mainly into the utility scale. So utility scale in the past early 2012 to 2016 already reached like 90% of the China's demand, but afterwards we are raising up the demand in the DPV, especially in the 2018, and that year we know China dramatically changed the policy for the utility scale to have the limitations for the utility scale's quota, and that's why that year's demand shares is moving more into the DPV. But since 2021, the demand also have some difference into the segmentations, because the residential market booming quickly in this 2 or 3 years, and with more shares than 1/3 in the past 2 years since 2021. And 2030, as I mentioned earlier, is kind of pushing the past 2 years utility scale demand into 1 year, because in 2021, 2022, we still under the pandemic effect. So a few projects are not being connected. And also another reason is higher module costs in the past, module ASPs in the past 2 or 3 years, and limitate the demand from the utility scale. But 2023, with the first mega solar projects need to be online, so that's also pushing the deadline. With the deadline push and also drives the Chinese utility scale demand quickly installed in the 2023. So we give a quick snapshot for the Chinese positioning in the global solar market. Here, the 2023, we are installed like 42% of cumulative solar in China, in only China mainland. And 50 of them, I mean, the globally 50 of the utility scale solar was in China. And if we using the NEA's definition for residential system, with nearly 60% of the global residential system was adding into China, and 23% of CI market shares of China. So it's definitely our own domestic market is not only dominate in the supply chain, and also the demand side. We also see a quite a good performance in the past decades. We already achieved this quickly growth, and also with the quite stronger performance in the PV demand market. So we give a quick outlook for, not outlook, but the monthly connection number from last 3 years, and in the middle of this week, the NEA also released the first 2 months of 2024's connection number. It's another 36.72 gigawatts AC solar was added into the grid in the first 2 months in 2024, so give 80% of year-on-year growth compared with the same period in the 2023. So we saw this crazy solar adding to the market in China this year. So after we already achieved like 150% of year-on-year growth in 2023, the market still have the momentum to add in more solar into the power system. And if we go to the details with the kind of Chinese targets, and in 2025 we are target like now fossil fuel energy mix is around 25%, and also if we are considering the total power generation from the wind and solar, target is like 1,046 terawatt hours. And since last year 2023, we already adding like 609 more solar into the power mix, and also we produce like 6.5% of power generation by 2023, and for wind and solar, the power generation mix already achieved like 50.8%. So regarding with this target, we already achieving the total power generation target for the 2025, and also the with the power capacity one also increasing quickly than target expected. So in the segments details, we also break down to the residential, commercial, and utility scale. So firstly, we go to the residential solar markets in tier 2023, and we already have like over 160 gigawatts residential solar connected into the China market. And actually, this market was only start from 2019, because at that year we have separate the subsidies and also the budget for the residential market. That's drivers this segment demand surge from the 2019, and you will see total 5.3 gigawatts residential demand adding to that year. And Also, the accelerate of growth in 2021 and 2020 and 2021, those 2 years, was nearly doubled, every year doubled size of the market. Until 2023, we 1 year adding like 43.5 residential system into the market. So we have a quite stronger residential market in the past 5 years, and grows the total our residential system to the 116 gigawatts level. But our residential market is quite significant and also quite different with other countries' residential market. The first one is our high concentration ratio for the key province level market. Like top 5, top 10 markets already have like top 3 market like Shandong, Hebei, Henan. The 3 top province reached like more than 75% in the early in the 2019 to 2021, and top 10 market, the shares always above nearly average like 90% of the total residential market in China. So this residential market is quite concentrated in the key province, and also with the second tier of province level increasing in 2022, the market swift from the top 3 and to top 10 markets. And also the competition in this market also quite significant, because we already, since 2022, we don't have any more subsidies into the segments. So the market is quite driven by the competitions, the more residential developers, and also the different types of the business model will drive this market. So we saw after 2023, the market become more difficult to increasing much more volume in this segment. But we saw the tier 2 province still have the potential growth, and also the business model will changing the dynamic of this market demand. So since 2024, we saw this market can be under pressures with the quickly pricing decline, and also with the leading markets, the penetration rate too high, and the policy changes in those top 3 markets. And then we move to the CI sector. CI sector, actually, we have the demand policy quite earlier than the residential. Remember, in 2009, we already raising up with the Golden Sun program, and that program is give directly subsidies to the rooftop CI sectors solar installation, with the RMB per watt subsidies to those rooftop solar installations. But this market actually, before 2019, only 40 gigawatts level, but is quite accelerate demand since 2022. You will see the annual growth rate in 2022 reach like 3 times from 2021, and that's the reason behind that is the better profit margin for the CI sector since 2022, because in end of 2021, we have the CI sector's tariff raising up with the ceiling 20% of growth of tariff in the CI sector. That gives more profitability to the CI solar installations. And also the markets, the province market is quite aligned with the key regional economic growth region in China, like Zhejiang, Jiangsu, Shandong, Guangdong, Anhui is the key province located in the coast side of China, with higher GDP growth and the volumes in the CI sector, and gives more demand potential for those province to adding the solar installations in this province. And also we goes to utility scale to see how this segment grows in the past few years. By 2023, by end of 2023, we already at 354 gigawatts utility scale of solar into in China, and this market is quite driven by the policy and also quite driven by the land, also with the capex into this demand. So actually this market was quite stronger since in 2070 because of the policy goes to you build first and get the feed-in tariff earlier, and that's driven a lot of demand to move into the northwestern province to build in a lot of a huge amount of ground mount system into those key province. But the market was nearly the demand of utility scale is a little bit under pressures when the policy on the May 31st of 2018 released, the market demand was shrinked here 2019. And 2023 is another remarkable year for utility scale. The first one we mentioned in past 2 years, in 2021 and 2022, the demand was a little bit delayed or impacted by the system cost. So even though we announced the first mega renewable base in end of 2021, they planning to start to build up since 2022, but we saw most of mega solar renewable base will start or finish the connection in 2023. And that's why the demand is pushing to the 100 or 120 gigawatts level in the 2023, and drives 2023. The demand segments also changes a lot compared with the past 2 years. And for China demand, we also want to mention this huge amount of market still plays a lot of important roles in the global solar installations. And we are forecasting from 2024, the market still have over 220 gigawatts level installations in this year. And we're still keeping the demand momentum in this market because it's quite big and huge markets in the world, and the stabilize of this market is quite important for the global installations forecast. So we still think the Chinese market will keep this momentum and have the installations in the next future years. And then we move to the second largest of market and also quite important renewable market, Europe. Actually, in early this year, in February this year, the European have a discussion for the new targets for 2040, because we know in European countries they released the 2020, 2030, and 2050s targets since 2020s. So Fit for 55 is their target for 2030s, and in early this year they are adding the 2040s targets is Fit for 90. The information is here is by 2040s, the European country will cut the emission by 20% compared with the 1990s levels of carbon emissions. So that's quite increasing the targets. And also, if we break down into different segments, the first one goes to the power sector, because the power generation is the biggest shares of the emissions. So they will planning to add totally 300 gigawatts of renewable in European market, and also compare with 2023's level is tripled. Like actually, it's the COP28's 2030's targets. Yeah, and they're like producing 81 to 87% of their total power generation from the renewables. And also they adding the renewable hydrogen into this market to have the impact to reducing the carbon emissions. Also the carbon market, how the carbon storage and remove is another big topic into their 2040's plan. So the European market is still the key region of key markets to bring renewable coming to the more into the market. And for the solar side, European market is quite a typical distribution market, because the solar installation have higher shares in the distribution segments, DPV segments. Like in earlier the shares of this market reached like 60 to 70% and maintain like more than 60% of those market installation was coming from the DG. And key markets in this region is Germany, Spain, Netherlands, Italy, and Poland. So the key markets for the distribution solar is from the European market. And also the shares of demand is also impacted with their power price. If we remember in 2022 with the Russian-Ukraine crisis coming, the European market become quite attractive with the solar plus storage demand coming online, because at that time the wholesale power price is increasing quite significant in the European market. That's why driven the demand for this market is quite much stronger than others. So the market still be the dominated by DPV, but also in this year and in the future 3 years, we saw some demand growth into the utility scale as well, especially from the Spain solar market.
Hi, sorry, Miss Holly.
Yeah.
Because of the tight schedule, could you please make it quicker?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And the final one I goes to a little bit about USA, and this market is also quite important with the utility market. They have a quite stronger pipeline in the utility scale with the ITC policy coming online, extend the ITC's period to 2033, and drivers a lot of key status to bring more utility pipeline into the market. But the 2024 is a uncertainty year for US market, because the module import, how they deal with the anti-dumping and the attitude for the Southeast Asian module import will be impacted with the volume of the market. So in 2024, we are forecasting like over 43 gigawatts of installation in US. And another quite important market is Brazil, and Brazil grows quickly since 2021 with their DG market is quite attractive with the lower module price, and also with the policy change in the future, we saw this market decline a little bit, but DPV still have like more than 51% of total their demand. And also brings a little bit about the export for the Chinese module. In year 2023, we annually shipment for the module reached the 194 gigawatts level, and not including the Southeast Asia module players to ship to the US, and also another like First Solar have the internal thin film export. So definitely the total overseas module shipment level in 2023 already nearly 250 gigawatts level. And if we add in the Chinese local shipment module capacity, that's over another 250. So in 2023, we're like sum up with the nearly 500 module shipment in globally. And 2024, we still think the demand increase, and with more than 500 gigawatts installations and like 600 module shipment in 2024. And also with the technology roadmap changes, the N-type products will be more aggressively to take the shares for the PERC, and that's drivers the new types of capacity coming online, especially since second half of 2023, and 2024 will be dominant into the market technology type. So we saw a lot of challenges or uncertainty in 2024, but we still believe the solar market will be stronger or keep quite stronger momentum in the future development. Thank you.